We're back on the record in the court's arraignment docket on today's date of April 27th of 2021. We're in session in County Court at Law Number 2, Jefferson County, Texas. My name is Judge Terrence Holmes. I'm the presiding judge. The court's arraignment docket was scheduled for 9 a.m. this morning, and the court is going to resume the arraignment docket. First case that we have up, we think we had Samantha Nicole Jones, cause number 326354. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Samantha Jones?
Judge, you do know that's the one that called in, right?
I'm gonna mention it.
No response, Your Honor.
Okay, Samantha Nicole Jones was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 a.m. on today's date for the court's arraignment docket. Ms. Jones' name was called at .436 State of Texas versus Paul Jean LeBlanc. Mr. LeBlanc was scheduled to be in court this morning for the court's announcement docket at or about 9 a.m. His name was called at or about 9 a.m. by the court's bailiff. Mr. LeBlanc did not answer. Mr. LeBlanc has not been in court during the court session, and the time now is 1:41 p.m. on today's date. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Paul LeBlanc?
Paul LeBlanc. No response, Your Honor.
Paul LeBlanc's name was again called by the court's bailiff. He did not respond. A reasonable time has passed to give Mr. LeBlanc an opportunity to appear in court. He has not appeared in court, therefore, bond will be forfeited and a warrant shall be issued for his arrest. State, you have any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
No objections. In cause number 326436, State of Texas versus Paul LeBlanc. Mr. LeBlanc's bond will be forfeited and a warrant shall be issued for his arrest. We're on the record in two cases. First case is cause number 328208 and cause number 328210. Both cases are styled the State of Texas versus Jimmy Thomas. Mr. Thomas was scheduled to be in court for these cases for arraignment this morning at 9 a.m. Mr. Thomas' name was called at about 9 a.m. by the court's bailiff. He did not answer. Mr. Thomas has not appeared in court since the court's been in session since 9 a.m. And the time now is 1:43 p.m. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Jimmy Thomas?
Jimmy Thomas. No response, Your Honor.
Okay, Jimmy Thomas was scheduled to be in court this morning. And Jimmy Thomas' name was again called by the court's bailiff. And he did not respond. A reasonable time has passed to give Mr. Jimmy Thomas an opportunity to appear in court for the arraignment docket, and he has not appeared. Therefore, his bonds in both cases will be forfeited and a warrant shall be issued for his arrest. State, you have any objections?
No objections, Your Honor.
Okay, no objections. Jimmy Thomas bonds in cause number 328208 and cause number 328210 will be forfeited and a warrant shall be issued for his arrest. Okay, in cause number 328238, State of Texas versus Barry Byers. The court, well, Mr. Byers was scheduled to be in court for the arraignment, but the court was informed by his court administrator that no notice was sent out to him. So we would have to send that notice out, and plus, there is a warrant that has been issued on his felony case. We're on the record in cause number 328376, case is style of State of Texas versus William Russell Owens. Mr. Owens was scheduled to be in court for the court's arraignment docket at 9 a.m. on this morning. Mr. Owens' name was called at or about 9 a.m. by the court's bailiff. He did not answer. He has not appeared in court since the court's been in session. The time now is 1:45 p.m. on today's date. And Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of William Owens?
William Owens.
Okay. William Owens' name was just called by the court's bailiff at the court's house door. Mr. Owens did not answer. Mr. Owens was scheduled to be here in court for 9 a.m. He has not appeared in court, and he has not appeared in court during the court's, while the court has been in session. A reasonable time has passed to give Mr. Owens an opportunity to appear in court. Therefore, his bond will be forfeited and a warrant shall be issued for his arrest. State, you have any objections?
No objections, Your Honor.
Okay, no objections?
Judge, you should have a note on that.
No, I don't have a note on this one.
He didn't
What-
receive notice. I got that from Brayla.
Oh, he didn't receive notice? Okay. Well, Mr. William Owens' bond will not be forfeited. The state has just been informed that he did not receive any notice. Okay? All right. We're on the record in cause number 328782. The case is styled the State of Texas versus Courtney Devon Williams. Mr. Williams was scheduled to be in court this morning for the court's arraignment docket. Mr. Williams' name was called at or about 9 a.m. by the court's bailiff. Mr. Williams did not answer, and Mr. Williams has not appeared in court since the court has been in session since 9 a.m. The time now is 1:47 p.m. on today's date. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Courtney Williams?
Courtney Williams. No response, Your Honor.
Courtney Williams' name was just called again by the court's bailiff at the courthouse door. Mr. Williams did not answer. Mr. Williams, again, has not appeared in court since the court's been in session. Reasonable time has passed to give Mr. Williams an opportunity to appear in court, and he has not appeared in court. Therefore, his bond will be forfeited and a warrant shall be issued for his arrest. State, you have any objections?
No, Your Honor.
No objections. Courtney Williams' bond in cause number 328782 will be forfeited and a warrant shall be issued for his arrest. We're on the record in cause number 328814. The case is styled the State of Texas versus Josue Israel Gutierrez. Mr. Gutierrez was scheduled to be in court for the court's arraignment docket at 9 a.m. And his name was called at or about 9 a.m. by the court's bailiff at the courthouse door. He did not answer. He has not appeared in court since the court's been in session since 9 a.m. And a reasonable time has passed to give, and the time now is 1:44 p.m. on today's date. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Josue Gutierrez?
Oh, what? Yeah. No response, Your Honor.
Josue Gutierrez's name was just called again by the court's bailiff. He did not answer. A reasonable time has passed to give Mr. Gutierrez an opportunity to appear in court for the arraignment docket. Therefore, he has not appeared. Therefore, his bond will be forfeited and warrant shall be issued for his arrest. State, do you have any objections?
No, Your Honor. I just was a little confused on this case when I was looking at it because he doesn't appear to have a bondsman and he wasn't PR bonded.
What? Okay.
It looked like when I looked at the jail screen that when he had gotten arrested on this offense, there had been a hold for ICE. He was transferred into ICE custody.
Okay.
He has since gone back into our jail in January of 2021. So I know he was not in ICE custody in January of 2021. So I'm not sure how he doesn't have a bond.
Bondsman doesn't appear, and it's not a pure bond on here. It doesn't even say it's a cash bond. Mel, do you have any information on this?
No, Judge, I'm checking.
Okay.
Ms. Ramos, can you call me?
Sure.
Arrested in our court.
From what Mel was looking at, Your Honor, I think in 2019 he had made a cash bond on this at some point. So I think we're okay on the forfeiture.
Okay. So, so you don't have any objections to the bond being forfeited in cause number 328814, Josue Gutierrez?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, that will be the order of the court. In clause number 328814, Josue Gutierrez bond will be forfeited. Warrant shall be issued for his arrest. We're on the record in clause number 328820. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Christopher Sean Carter. Mr. Carter was scheduled to be in court for the court's arraignment docket this morning at 9 a.m. His name was called at or about 9 a.m. by the court's bailiff. He did not answer. He has not appeared in court since the court's been in session. And the time now is 1:55 p.m. on today's date. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Christopher Carter?
Christopher Carter. No response, Your Honor.
Christopher Carter's name was again just called by the court's bailiff. He has not responded, or he did not respond. And therefore, reasonable time has passed to give Mr. Carter an opportunity to appear in court. He has not appeared in court. Therefore, his bond will be forfeited and a warrant shall be issued for his arrest. State, do you have any objections?
No objections, Your Honor.
No objections. Christopher Carter's bond in cause number 328-820 will be forfeited and a warrant shall be issued for his arrest. We're on the record in cause number 328-822. Case is styled State of Texas versus Jason Lee Allen. Mr. Allen was scheduled to be in court this morning for the court's arraignment docket at 9 a.m. At 9 a.m., his name was called by the court's bailiff. He did not answer, and the court has been in session since 9 a.m. and Mr. Allen has not appeared in court. The time now is 1:56 p.m. on today's date of April 27, 2021. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Jason Allen?
Jason Allen. No response, Your Honor.
Mr. Allen's name was just called again by the court's bailiff. Mr. Allen did not respond. A reasonable time has passed to give Mr. Allen an opportunity to appear in court for the arraignment, and he has not appeared. Therefore, his bond will be forfeited. Warrant shall be issued for his arrest. State, do you have any objections?
No, Your Honor.
No objections. Jason Allen bond in cause number 328-822 will be forfeited and warrant shall be issued for his arrest. We on the record in cause number 328-828. The case is styled the State of Texas versus Xavier Ozan. Mr. Ozan was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 a.m. for the court's arraignment docket. His name was called at or about 9 a.m. by the court's bailiff. He did not answer. He has not appeared in court since the court's been in session. And the time now is 1:57 p.m. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Xavier Ozan?
Xavier Ozan. No response, Your Honor.
Xavier Ozan's name was called by the court's bailiff. He has not responded, or he did not respond, and he has not appeared in court since the court's been in session. A reasonable time has passed to give Mr. Ozan an opportunity to appear in court. He has not appeared, therefore his bond will be forfeited. Warrant shall be issued for his arrest. State, do you have any objections?
No objections, Your Honor.
Xavier Ozan's bond in clause number 328-828 will be forfeited and a warrant will be issued for his arrest. And this will conclude the calling of the court's arraignment docket on today's date of April 27 of 2021 in County Court at Law Number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas.